Hi you guys, I hope you're having a great day. Thanks for sitting down and clicking on this video. This is gonna be a fun one. So this past weekend I went home and got to hang out with my family and Charles's family, and we had such a great time. It was like a jam-packed weekend. I felt like it was non-stop. I kind of feel like I got hit by a freight train this morning because I felt like we were there for literally 2 seconds and I didn't have any time to like sit down, but that's okay. One of the things that we did while I was home, we went out to dinner on Saturday night and we were like, okay, after dinner, let's go to Target because you always need something from Target. And then I had a light bulb moment and I said, hey, Dad, why don't we take a stroll down the makeup aisle? And I had him pick out a full face of makeup for me to try. He tried his best, but he really has no makeup background, even though he grew up with 2 daughters and a sister. He just like doesn't have it, which is fine. So yeah, I've got some clips that I'll insert of us like going around and him picking out the stuff, but we literally have everything from primer to brows. We've got it all in here. Some of the stuff I'm excited to try, some of the stuff I'm like really scared to try.
I'm gonna pick out what I think would be the best. And you guys are gonna love it.
He started off really strong, like trying to pay attention to the shades, and then lost that pretty quickly. So like concealer and other colors, I don't know how they're gonna work on my skin tone, but that's fine. So yeah, we're just gonna dive into this whole bag and give it a shot. Like I said, he tried his best, so we'll just see what happens. One thing that I learned is that my dad and I have very different ideas of like a good or like the ideal face of makeup. He was talking about how he kept going towards matte things, like he was like really into matte, and he was talking about how he wasn't a fan of like glossy lips and all that, and I was sitting there like my skin hates matte. I hate matte things. So I put on like a nice face oil just to like give myself some help. Okay, the very first item we have is from Wet n Wild. This is the Water Drop Primer in Cucumber. So this is a cream to water formula that is supposed to hydrate and lock down moisture and blur the appearance of pores. Okay, I like the sound of that. The reason why I chose Target is because I did want to make all these products like affordable as well. So if there are some like real hits in this video, then, oh, it's green. I was not expecting that. Okay, so this is what the primer looks like. Ooh, woof, wow, that is, it's very heavily cucumber scented. But like I like the scent of cucumber, so I'm not mad at that. I'm scared. It's nice and cooling when you put it on the skin. It does feel very moisturizing. Let me get a mirror to see if I could tell like if it's blurring any pores. I'm gonna say probably no to the pore blurring, but this does feel really moisturizing. So we'll see like how the makeup sits on top of it. My skin feels really smooth. It doesn't feel like super tacky or anything, but I don't know. I haven't tried that primer. I think it's pretty nice. We are going to next go into, let's just go straight for foundation. Let's do it. Okay. We have the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation. This is a matte finish for 24-hour wear. He picked the shade Light Ivory. I feel like this is gonna be okay. It might be a little dark, but I did like self-tan recently, so like my arms are much darker than my face. So we might be able, this might be perfect. That's not bad. This is what the shade looks like. It's very peachy. I wasn't really expecting that. Okay, we're just gonna dot that all over the face. It's a pretty good shade. We'll see what it looks like blended in. I'm going in with the Juno & Co. microfiber sponge. Okay, yeah, pretty peach, but it's not bad. We can make this work. That actually blended out really nicely. It's actually a little bit lighter than I thought it was going to be. So like it doesn't quite match my arms, but I think this is actually gonna be a good shade for me year round. I haven't tried this foundation. I made sure that like when he was going through and picking things, I hadn't tried any of them. But I actually kind of feel like it's not that full coverage. Like I can still see all my freckles, and like I've got some breakouts and I can still see most of them. So I don't know, that's kind of interesting. I'm gonna go in and just add like a little more on my cheeks, because normally that's where I like more coverage. So we'll just see, because if this claims to be full coverage, I want full coverage, you know? I do think that this foundation oxidizes a little bit just based on what it's doing on my hand. So this is how it looks when it comes pumped out, and then this is it kind of sitting on my hand. So just beware. It's not too bad, but it definitely does oxidize just a little bit. Okay, when I went back in for that second coat, now we're definitely getting it built up. But for a full coverage foundation, this actually feels pretty nice on the skin. Like it feels very lightweight, and this is from NYX, so you know, a good affordable brand. It's sort of doing this thing, and I don't know if it's the primer or if it's because I went back in and tried to build more up, but it's sort of like pilling and collecting on my cheeks. Okay, I'm gonna stop blending now. I'm just gonna stop touching the foundation, because I feel like the more I work with it and try and like move it, the weirder it's laying on my skin. Okay, the very next thing I want to do is go in, I think, with a little bit of contour. So this is from NYX. Oh, this is cream. I didn't even realize that. Gosh dang it, I should have used this first. This is a NYX cream highlight and contour palette. This was on clearance as well, so if you like this, get it while you can, because they are probably not going to continue carrying it. Okay, so you've got the contour, the highlights, and then a shimmer. We're going to go in with just a little bit of contour. I'm going to take my Tati Beauty Blendiful and see. That's kind of that's the contour. I'll just swatch them all for you. The shimmer, I feel like these are kind of waxy on top and you don't get a ton of pigment. And also this highlights, also this is in the shade light, but this highlight is not light. Like I don't really know if that would go well on my face. Okay, so we're just gonna dip into this. I can already tell you I don't like this. It's really hard to pick up color from the pan, and then if you can tell, like not a lot of it deposits very nicely onto the skin. And you guys have seen me use this, and you've seen me apply like the Huda Beauty and the Physicians Formula, and it works really well, whereas this is just like not cutting it. Like I feel like I don't have anything on this side. Once it's blended in, like it looks okay on the skin, I think, but that's just like so much work. Like this was really hard for me to blend in, and I feel like that Physicians Formula one is so much more creamy. Now, of course, this is on clearance, so you can get it for a much cheaper price, but honestly, I would just say don't waste the $5, just spend the $9 and get a really good contour stick. Okay, we're gonna move into brows now. This is actually a new brand that I've never heard of. This is Arches and Halos by Tanya Crooks. This is a luxury brow building pomade, and he picked up the shade Sunny Blonde. So we're gonna see. I've used brow pomades in the past and I do like them. I don't always do my brows, but I thought for like the purpose of this video, I might as well. Oh, it doesn't come with the brush or anything. It literally just comes with the pomade, so keep that in mind. If you do pick this up, you're gonna need to have a brush of your own. This one is hypoallergenic, vegan, and cruelty free. So that's pretty nice to be able to get that at the drugstore. Although mine is already separated a little bit, so these might dry out really quickly, which is a little bit scary. Okay. I'm just gonna go in now and try and build out those brows. Just a little bit. The shade does look nice though. I don't know. I feel like the shade is actually a little bit darker than it looks in the pot. Also, my brows are just like two very different shapes on their own. So putting a product that's like super pigmented like this in them is always a little bit weird because it really highlights how different the shape of them is. But I actually don't think this is bad. This is really, really easy to use. So if you are someone who loves a good brow and you want something that is not going to be super, super expensive, this is only $9.99 and you can get it at Target. And I feel like it actually like built and like laid nicely on my eyebrows. I just am not the best at eyebrows, / I don't know if this is really my like true color, but that's okay. I would say that's like a half success. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do is eyes. This is the NYX Professional Makeup Ultimate Multi-Finish Shadow Palette. Let's see if I can open this. This one is in the shade number 6, Sugar High.
Mix.
I was actually pretty pleased with this selection. I feel like these colors are pretty good. Like the very first palette he picked up was a neon rainbow palette and I was very scared. But this one we can work with. If you've noticed a theme, there's a lot of NYX because he claimed NYX was really speaking to him. Okay, we're gonna go into these two shades, the kind of peachy and then the brown, and we're gonna mix those in the crease. I feel like these shadows are not super highly pigmented. They're good, but you have to build them up a little bit. But I do think if you're someone who is a beginner or really likes that like soft flush, then you're gonna like this palette because they do actually blend pretty easily. They just take a little bit of building, like if you want something crazy. I am now going to take this plum shade, this matte, and we're just gonna put a little bit of that in the outer corner just to deepen it a little bit. I'm gonna take this, the more cream, really glittery shade, and we're gonna see if we can get some pop. Whoa, okay, that's bright. That's really pretty actually. I was hoping that these would kind of save the look. These are super, super fun. I like this. This is like my type of glittery shade. Like you can build that up. Not bad, we've gotten somewhere. These do fluff away so quickly though, so if you're going back and doing that kind of blending work, just be very careful because they are gonna fluff and they're gonna move. So I'm gonna add just like one more dot onto the center of each lid. I would say this palette is okay. I definitely have palettes that I prefer more or that I think like work a little bit easier on me, but I do think this is like, if you're someone who's like, I love these colors, I will wear these every day, you'd probably like this. Or if you're more of a beginner and you just want like a really easy, really easy eyeshadow look, these do work. And I like that you have the variety of formulas. Not bad. Not my favorite, but not bad. I'm gonna just take this sponge and sort of like clean up the sides. I kind of feel like I have glitter all over my face though after that. Okay, we are going to next, I think I'll do liner. So this is also from NYX. This is their 2-timer pencil. So you get a kohl liner and a felt tip liner. This I was actually really excited to try. I think this is a great idea.
Because you've got thin and thick, so I like being able to do 2 things at once.
This one is in the shade Jet Black. So this is the kohl. I'm just gonna swatch it because I'm probably just gonna use the liquid. You can really smudge it out. It felt pretty nice, but I'm gonna go for a liquid line because why not? We're gonna, oh. It already felt a little dry just doing that, so now I'm a little bit scared, but it's okay. Sorry if you can't see the wing liner. I'm gonna try and do this in the camera, but this takes focus and precision. I can't get over my brows. They look insane. This pen is not that easy to work with. It is already dry and it's not super pigmented. Like, I did one swipe on this eye and it's already looking like gray in the center. Okay, we're gonna call that done. I'm gonna show you already, like, the tip is really dry. I don't know, I kind of felt like I was like pulling on my eye to like get that line. I think we eventually got somewhere that's like fine, it's wearable, but it wasn't very easy to use. I'll definitely test the kohl liner part of it in either another video or like on my own time, and I'll let you guys know. But at this point, I would kind of say pass on this because the main reason you'd want this, I think, is for the liquid liner, because otherwise you could just get a pencil liner for pretty affordable. And mine's already dry. And it kind of hurt my eyes. I felt like I was really pulling. I didn't like that. Okay, we are gonna next go for concealer. This is one of the things I am afraid of. Okay, so this is by Neutrogena. This is their Hydro Boost Hydrating Concealer. It is a stick concealer. In theory, I feel as though I would maybe like this, but stick concealers scare me. I have never tried one. This is in the shade Medium, which is also scary because it's gonna be very dark for a concealer. But we'll see what happens. This has hyaluronic acid in it, which is really nice because my under eyes do get really dry, so I actually do like that. So it has a unique hydrating core designed to instantly quench skin with purified hyaluronic acid. A non-greasy, lightweight formula glides onto the skin, providing silky smooth, natural looking coverage. Flawlessly masks imperfections without a cakey finish. We're gonna try all that out. I'm gonna pay special attention to the formula and kind of maybe ignore the shade if it's outrageous. This might be a really good spot concealer. Oh my God. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. I mean, I have to do it, right? Oh no. Oh my gosh. Alright. Oh my gosh. Okay. It does feel nice applied under the eye, but holy garbanzo beans, that's not my shade, not even close. We're gonna apply this with a beauty blender. Kind of see. I feel like it blends out pretty nicely though. And it is coverage, like it does have a good amount of coverage because that color is there. I look like a raccoon now. Oh no, 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 no. It would have been better if he had picked the wrong foundation shade and it was way too dark and then this concealer was way too dark and I was just all around orange. We could have made that work, but this is unfortunate. What's even more unfortunate is I kind of think I like that. No, I don't like it. I lied. It's definitely sinking into lines. It blends pretty well. I don't know. Maybe I should get this in my shade and give it a try. Because it actually is concealing my circles pretty well. Let's like put it on a spot I have and see how that does. I mean, obviously it's gonna look stupid because it's the wrong shade, but like, let's just see if I can cover up the pigmentation from it. Not really. Now it blends away. Oh my word. Okay. I feel like that's our first like total fail that we've had. Like, this is not cute. Maybe let's do something wild, okay? We're gonna go into this NYX Cream Contour and Highlight Powder. I'm gonna take this highlight shade, and I'm gonna see if I can do something with this. So I'm gonna actually just try and get it directly on the sponge, and I'm gonna see if I can brighten up this area. I don't know if that worked. This palette is so hard to get pigment out of. I'm trying to salvage 2 items of this haul. You know what? I actually feel like that kind of worked. Now, like, close up, I'm gonna have major weird, like, cake face, but I think we've gotten rid of the orange. I think we've done it. I'm not counting that as cheating. I'm counting it as ingenuity. There's definitely still tints of that orange, and I'm gonna have, like, the most creases under my eye after doing that, but we've tried our best. Let's just finish up the eyes before we do any more of the face. This is the mascara he picked out, and this is by L'Oreal. I like L'Oreal mascaras, so we'll see. This is the Voluminous Superstar Red Carpet Black Mascara. It is one of those dual-ended mascaras. This one is in the shade Flash Reflecting Black. The heck does that mean? Allegedly, the mascara has light reflecting pearls in it. Why would you want that? So one side's a primer, it's a white primer. I don't like white primer. I never, actually, almost never use a regular lash primer. I just feel like they don't really work. That's what the primer looks like. It's not a fiber. It's not like a fiber mascara though, so that's good because those really irritate my eyes. It is a fiber infused mascara. I lied. Great. Well, we'll just see what happens. Pray for my eyes. It's not bad, but like I feel like it took a lot of work and it didn't do much. Let's do the other eye. I'm kind of lazy with mascara. Like I really want something that's just going to pretty immediately give my lashes some volume and length because I have nothing. I have really short lashes. So I kind of like instant gratification with my mascara. I don't really want to have to work too much with it. The bristles on this wand are really, really short, so you have to like get really close to the lashes to even like get any product applied. And like for my bottom lashes, the whole wand was just touching my lid and getting black everywhere, so I don't love that either. Let's see if we can go in with a second coat. Okay, here's the thing with the mascara. I will say it is buildable, which is nice if you're someone who likes to kind of pick and play with your mascara and use multiple coats of different things. You might like this because it does have the primer. If you like fiber mascaras, you might also enjoy this. For me, it just took me a little too long to get to sort of like an average result. It's not really my favorite. It's fine, but like it's not, like it will do is what I would say, but it is not my favorite. Okay, we're gonna do bronzer next. This is from Physicians Formula. This is their Powder Palette Multicolored Bronzer. This one is for medium skin tones. Physicians Formula bronzers are normally pretty good. Their butter bronzer is great, but I do think that before that even came out, they were pretty popular in the beauty community, so I'm not too worried about this one. I'm hoping it's not too dark. There's some interesting colors in here. Let's see if I kind of like swirl it all together. It's a pretty nice shade of bronzer. I think this is gonna be good. I'm gonna just swirl my brush in there. It's pretty pigmented, if anyone's wondering. Oh my gosh. So the thing with my butter bronzer is that I can pretty much go in and like go to town with it and it's not super pigmented. This one is pigmented, but it's actually a very nice shade. It blends easily. This is the medium shade, like I said. I'm gonna take some of that down the neck. Like I might have applied a little bit too much, but this is good. This is a nice bronzer. I like that. I'll definitely try that more in the future. I'm gonna take my sponge and sort of just go over what I just did just to keep us together. Although that did bring me closer to that crazy concealer shade, so we're going somewhere. I don't know if it's a good place, but we're going somewhere. The next thing I'm gonna use is, this is new actually from Wet n Wild. This is their Hello Halo Blush Lighter. So you get two products in here, a blush and a highlight, but they both look very shimmery. At this point in the shopping trip, my dad was definitely getting like overwhelmed with the amount of products and choices and kind of over it. So I think that's how we ended up with 3 different highlighters. We're gonna use them all though, because you know, why not? And he really didn't want to take the time to look at blushes. So the first thing that I pointed out that like, hey, this is a blush, he picked up and put in the cart. That's what he was going with. So these colors are actually really beautiful. I love both the shades, so I was excited that he picked this up, but I'm a little nervous about this as a blush. It's very shimmery. Like, very. We're gonna try though. We are gonna try. I am gonna just pop some of this on a brush. Oh my Lanta. Okay. Oh my gosh. In the mirror, I was like, oh, that's pretty shimmery. And then I saw it on camera. Okay. Well, I wouldn't necessarily call this a blush. I mean, maybe more of a blush topper. Like, does anybody actually wear blushes this shimmery is my question. We are going to layer some highlights now. So I'm gonna take the highlight side of this one and pop that on the cheek. That's really, oh, that's really pretty. That's a good shade. I'm actually gonna put a few of them on different cheeks. The other highlighter that we have is from Wet n Wild. This is from their Mega Glow line. This is in the shade Precious Petals. This is a stunning highlight shade. This, I was so excited when you picked it. I'm like, yes, I really wanted to try these. So we're putting that one on this side. Ooh, that is nice. That is a nice highlighter. It is blinding though. Like, if you're someone who does not like, or who really likes a subtle highlight, this is probably not for you. But I like this. It's maybe like a shade deep for me. Like, it's probably a little dark, but we can make it work. And actually, this highlight and then the one from the Halo Glow are actually pretty similar, but they're both very nice. Okay, the third highlighting item that we have, I don't even know how this got in the cart. This is from L'Oreal. This is the Lumi True Match Glow Nude Highlight Palette. This is actually nice. I don't think I've tried this. There's like a bunch of different shades. We're gonna take the lightest shade and we're gonna see if we can sort of like top both of them and sort of like lighten them up a bit. Oh, what the? This is like super powdery. Like, nothing comes off on these. I was kind of like, oh, I don't really know if I see a difference. I don't, because nothing came off. This is the shade I was most excited for, and like nothing. This is a pass. The other two, these two are super, super nice, but like this is really not a blush. It's just another highlighter. We are down to our last two products. One I'm excited for and one I'm scared for. This is the one I'm scared for. This is by Rimmel. This is their Stay Matte Liquid Lip Color in the shade Be My Baby. We were talking about lips in the store and my dad was like, yeah, I really feel like glossy lips can look, like he was like, I don't like really glossy lips. I like matte. And I was like, oh, okay, great. In my head, I was like, I hate matte lips. Please don't pick a matte lip. And then he picked this one up. I think the shade's nice, but I'm scared about the actual lip. Okay, this has sort of that like whipped texture, so actually it's really easy to apply, and it doesn't feel too bad. I don't know if I've ever tried these before. I was really scared for this, and that's actually really nice. What the heck? We'll see if it like dries down really dry throughout me finishing up this video, but I actually like that. It's got a little bit of a weird smell, but it's okay. It's actually a very nice shade and it's really comfortable on the lips. Okay, I'm not mad at that. The very last thing we have is a setting spray. This is from Physicians Formula. This is the Rose All Day Illuminating Setting Spray. Ooh. Oh my gosh, this is like a glitter spray. Whoa. I don't know if you guys will be able to see that. That is all shimmer going around in there. Let's put this on my face. I kind of want to see the mist first. Smells like roses. Makes sense, it's from their Rose All Day line. Nice mist though. A lot of alcohol I just got in my mouth. Ooh. Feels nice on the skin actually. It's definitely illuminating. I feel like my whole face is glowing. But it's not one of, I don't think it's one of those sprays where like you feel like you get glitter all over your face. Like I don't feel like I have like individual glitter droplets on my skin, so that's really nice. The lip is definitely drying down a little bit more matte, but it's definitely something I could manage. Like it's not bad. I would probably put a gloss on top of it because I'm me and I like never wear matte lips. But if you like matte lips, you might like these. All right, you guys, this is the final look from today. I am actually pretty pleasantly surprised with the results. I knew kind of going in, I was really impressed with how my dad actually somehow picked out a really cohesive color story. Like the blush and the eyeshadow and the lips all really went together, so there wasn't anything really wild with it, which makes it a lot easier to put something pretty normal looking together. But I've got kind of all the products lined up in like my yeses, my maybes, and my definitely no's. So I'm just gonna like quickly run through them. This Physicians Formula bronzer I actually really liked. I was a little scared that it was gonna be really dark, but this is nice. I will definitely keep using this. The Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighter, also really nice. This is maybe a little dark for me, but I'm gonna keep playing with it. The lips, actually a surprise, yes, from me. These turned out to be pretty comfortable. It was super easy to apply. It's definitely in the lines of my lips a little bit, but that happens to me with any liquid lip, like any. So for me, this is definitely a win because it's comfortable, and I would just throw a gloss on top of this and then I'd be good to go. Next, yes, is the brows. I did really like this pomade. It's super easy to use. I don't know if this is exactly my shade or like I just need to get used to like using a brow pomade again, but I did like this and it was really easy to use. My last like yes of the video is the NYX Ultimate Eyeshadow Palette. I really liked this guy. I thought this was really easy to use, and that like the eyeshadow is my favorite thing of this look. I think everything came together really nicely with this. Let's go to the maybes. These are like the products that I'm like, they weren't bad, but like I don't know if they worked for me. This setting spray is fine. I like it and I'll definitely use it again, but it's not an everyday setting spray. Like I am glowing today. This I think would be really pretty for like a special occasion, or like if you're going out at night, you want like a little extra oomph, then this is it. The primer and the foundation, I think I need to try both of these again, but not together because it didn't lay the best together, and I don't know which one is the culprit. But I do think I like this foundation, so I want to give it another try with sort of my more normal routine, and then I'll try this primer again as well without this foundation. I'm unsure of both of them. They weren't bad, but I just think together they're not ideal. This mascara is okay. If you like having the option to have a primer and a fiber mascara, then you might really like this, but for me, it didn't do a lot, so it's kind of in my, maybe you might like it. It's not my favorite. I probably won't reach for it, but it wasn't bad. And then the blush lighter, also this is really pretty, but this isn't a blush, and honestly both of the shades are a little deep for me to be using as highlighters, so if you have a different skin tone than me, this might work beautifully, but I don't know that I personally can reach for this too often because my cheeks look insane today. Like, I look real crazy, and it is a lot to do with this. It's like a really beautiful formula, but it doesn't work on my skin. Then my nose. These are just the things that like, no, these did not work. This L'Oreal Lumi powder, first off, I think mine's like broken. Oh, it is broken. The lid's broken, so it won't stay closed. But also these powders just did nothing for me. Nothing came off, and I already had blinding highlight on and nothing came off. So this is a pass. Don't waste your money on it because you can get a really nicely pigmented powder for the same price. Actually less, because this is a whole palette. Speaking of another palette, there is a reason this is clearance because it's really hard to pick up product. It did blend into my skin nicely once I got it there, and it definitely saved the concealer, but it's just not worth it for me, I don't think. Maybe now that it's clearance for $4 if you really want to try it, but I much prefer just go pick up this contour stick. It's much better. This concealer, oh my gosh. Leave in the comments down below if you think I should retry this, but in my shade, because this was just way too dark, so it kind of really threw everything off. But I don't really know if it's a bad concealer or not. For me, this one specifically is a no, but I also feel like it maybe didn't lay as nice under my eyes. I don't know. Maybe I'll try my right shade again before I fully judge it. And lastly, this eyeliner pencil. I really wanted to like this because I feel like this is one of the things my dad was really excited about because it was versatile. It had multiple ways to use it. I'm gonna try the kohl pencil. Like, I'm not gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna try the other side of it since I have it, but the liquid liner side, I feel like it's already dried out. Like, I feel like I won't even be able to get a second use out of it. So that's really sad. That's everything. Like I said, I'm actually kind of pleasantly surprised with how this turned out. It's not near as bad as it could have been. Definitely, I cannot go out in public like this, but it's close. It's very close. So thank you to my dad for being a good sport and going through Target and picking out all these things with me, because it was really fun to just chat and walk through the aisles and kind of see what he thought would be the good stuff. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe because there is a lot of fun stuff coming your way. I will see you again very soon.